That's one way to get around, huh? JC here for retiredcheap.asia. Well, guess what? Nat and I are headed back to Vietnam. Why am I bringing this up? Well, just to let you know we're going for one, but also to inform you that now there's 3 ways to get visas to go to Vietnam. Last time I went to Vietnam, I actually talked to you about getting a pre-approval letter because you needed to get a pre-approval letter that you show up with in the airport and you can get your visa. You pay for it ahead of time, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a few minutes. But that was the way it was then. And I think I could only get a 3-month visa for tourism. All that's changed now. Got some exciting news for you. And now there's 3 ways to get visas and a lot of choices. Remember, there's always an option, right? So the 3 choices are, you can get your visa at an embassy or consulate. I don't opt for that choice because I have to give up my passport. And if you've been watching my videos for any period of time, you know I'm not a fan of giving up my passport. So if you get your passport at an embassy or consulate, you give them your passport, and you can send it or you can do whatever you want. That's not something I'm a fan of. So option number 2 is you can actually get this pre-approval letter. Who can get the pre-approval letter? All travelers can get a pre-approval letter. And like I said, I'll show you in a minute how to go ahead and get that pre-approval letter. So the pre-approval letter, you can go ahead and get ahead of time, and it's also called visa on arrival. And the reason why that is because you show them your visa approval letter when you get to the airport in Vietnam, and then you also give them your passport and they'll put the visa in. It takes a few minutes that you wait, and then you get it. You can get a 1-month single or multiple entry visa. You can get a 3-month single or multiple entry visa. You can get a 6-month single or multiple entry visa, and you get a 1-year single or multiple entry visa. Sometimes the 6-month isn't available except for business travelers. So, like I said, this is available to anybody that comes over, but you can only use it when you arrive at 4 airports. So there's one upside and one downside of getting this. When you pay for your pre-approval letter, if you get denied, you can actually get your money refunded. So that's a good thing. And what happens, as you'll see, is you fill out the application and everything, you pay the money, and then a couple days later, 3 or 4 days later, unless you want to expedite it, you get a letter in an email, and you hand that letter in when you get to Vietnam. So that's how that works. But now they have a new option as well, and this is an e-visa. Now the e-visa is available for people from 40 countries, and there's a list, but it's only good for one single entry 30-day trip. And also, whether you get approved or denied, it's non-refundable. You don't get your money back. So one of the upsides to this is you can enter the country anywhere. You can enter by sea, you can enter by land, you can enter by air. All that's good. You can enter any way you want. So that's the upside. Also, what they're going to do is they're going to give you the visa by email. It comes, you print it out, and you bring it in with you, and you're good to go. So those are your options now. A lot more options, right? And so I'm going to show you what I do. I get a pre-approval letter. I'm going to get a 1-year because I'm an American. I'm able to get that 1-year visa. It's only available for Americans. There's some confusion about this 1 year. It doesn't mean you can go and stay long term. This again is a tourist visa. It's sort of like the 6-month multiple entry tourist visa that Thailand has. What it is it's good for a multiple entry of tourist visas. So whatever the tourist visa is, in the case of Thailand, it's 60 days. You have to leave and come back after the tourist visa expires. So that's what happens with this. Now you have to leave the country and come back in, but you can do that for 1 year as an American in Vietnam. Now, it's also been said you can give your passport to a travel agent, and they'll go take care of the exit and entry for you and come back in, and you get another 90 days on your visa. So there you go. Let's go see how to get this pre-approval letter and all the steps to that, and the company that I recommend that I've used before, there's got great customer service and it's really fast and efficient. So let's go check it out. Okay, let's get right to it. And as I said, There's a lot of choices now. So what I do is I come to this website called Vietnam Visa, vietnam-visa.com. They've been the best. They get great customer service. They're very friendly, and the price is the same or less than a lot of other places. And it's really easy to use this website. You see they say fill in the application, confirm the information, get your visa approval letter by email, which takes about 3 days, and then have the visa stamped at the airport. It's a real simple process. And then if you want, you can read why to apply with us, and it'll give you the reasons. But this is really easy. Instead of going through all this, let me just show you how to do this. First of all, if you look at this page here, it says compare. Like I said, there's 3 choices. These are the visa on arrival one that you're going to get a pre-approval letter that you're going to show up at the airport with, and you can get 1 month single or multiple, 3 month single or multiple, 6 month, or 1 year if you're an American. This is for Americans down here. We're able to get a 1 year. Whereas if you get this Vietnam e-visa, which is available now, and you can get it online, you don't get a letter, you actually get a visa to print out. And it's only good for citizens of these 40 countries in this list, so you can look at the list, see if your country's on it. And it's only for vacation. You can't do any work. And it's only a 1 month single entry visa. So the fees, it depends on what visa type you get. As far as the pre-approval letter, it's a $25 fee for this 1 month single entry. And as I mentioned before, the days it takes to get your email is about the same. You do not get a refund if it doesn't get approved for your 1 month e-visa. But the entry, this is make big difference. Now you need to pay attention to this depending on which visa you're going to get. Depends on where you can actually arrive or enter with that visa or pre-approval letter. The pre-approval letter will get you to these international airports, but only the pre-approval letter can be used at the airport, these airports. Or if you get this visa, e-visa, you can enter anywhere in Vietnam by land, sea, or air, and you can use it. So those are the differences. We'll go through the prices here in just a minute. But how you do it, you'll just go apply online here. And let me show you something here first before we apply. It says for tourist visas to Vietnam, I wanted to bring this to your attention. Type of visa, 1 person, 1 month single. These are the service fees. Now service fees are for this company. Then once you arrive in Vietnam, you actually have to pay a stamping fee, which is down here. So it would be $21 for this service of getting your letter for 1 person for a 1 month single, and then a $25 stamping fee at the airport when you arrive. So see these 2 prices. One is for the service to get the pre-approval letter, and the other one is for the stamping fee when you arrive in Vietnam. So keep that in mind. Now you can get urgent processing in case you need to expedite this and you just decide on the spur of the moment to go. You can pay an extra $10 to get 1 working day, 4 hours, or 2 working hours, depending on how fast you need it, and the extra charge. So anyway, to apply, it's very easy. You just go to the apply online, and it's really self-explanatory. And the price will change dynamically depending on what you put in these drop-down menus. So number of visas, how many people are applying. If you go 1 applicant and you go to tourist visa, this changes. 1 month single entry is only $21 for their fee. And if you change this, it'll go all the way down, and the price, you can watch the price change. 3 month. Notice it doesn't have 6 months here. They're not, that NA was actually applicable, that they don't have the 6 month. Now in the 1 year, notice the 1 year says only United States. American citizens are the only ones who can get the 1 year. And the 1 year is $135 stamping fee once you get to the airport, and $35 for their fee. Now remember, even though it says 1 year, it really is only a tourist visa. So if you look at the tourist visa, it only gives you a certain amount of days within the country. And so because it's a tourist visa, you have to go out and come back when your tourist visa expires. And you can do that up to 1 year.
and then you can't use it any longer. So it's not like you can come stay long term. Remember, this is a tourist visa for tourist purposes. It's for people to actually come and go. And so you do have to actually make border runs. I hear you can just give your passport to travel agents and they'll go take care of the stamping and bring it back in. You get another tourist visa, and you can continue to do that for a period of 1 year. But anyway, just put the multiple entry, whatever you're looking for. Put in your arrival date. So say you're going to arrive on April 10th and you're going to stay for 2 weeks. You can leave the 24th. You're going to arrive at Hanoi, Saigon, Da Nang, Cam Ranh, or Cap Bi. So let's say we're going to fly into Hanoi, and the processing time is 2 working days, and you'll get an email with the approval letter, and you just print that out and take it with you, and you'll hand it to immigration. I'll show you that in a subsequent video of us arriving in Vietnam and how that all works. But 2 working days, if you need to expedite that, you can use the drop-down menu. Type in your name here, and we'll just put JC in, and jc@gmail.com, which isn't an actual email address, but for this purpose we'll do this. Confirm it. And a phone number is not necessary, but it's highly recommended in case they need to get in touch with you. Go to the next step. Now this is going to be a $35 fee. For this one, if I change this, say to a 1-month single entry, notice it changes to 21. Very easy to do. Hotline, you can call them. Live chat, I've chatted with them before on here. Very easy to chat with them. Just click that and there's usually somebody on there. And if not, you give your email address and they contact you. They're very supportive at this website. This is one of the reasons I use them and recommend them. Move to the next step. Okay, you'll put in your nationality, your name, your gender, your date of birth, your passport number, and expiration. And so you click move to the final step. And up comes the page that says your information, and you need to check this over, make sure it's all correct. And what you're applying for, your service fees, it's going to cost you, whether you want fast track. Now, fast track at Immigration Service means there'll be somebody there. A representative from this company will meet you at the airport and do all the procedures for you. So you just sit down and they take care of it all. And it costs an extra $25. And so you don't have to be in the queue. Now the queue usually takes about 20 minutes. If it's busy, high season, about 20 minutes or so before you'll get your visa. So for $25, you can expedite that. You need a private pickup service for a car. You need a hotel reservation or whatever. You go down there, you review your order here, $21. If you have a promotion code, you can stick it in here. And then select the payment method, which is really cool because you can pay by PayPal. So you don't have to use your credit card, but you could if you want. And you said, I've read this, agree with the terms of service, and process it. And it'll say, congratulations, and check your email in 3 days, and you'll have your letter. You're good to go. So that's how easy it is. Again, I recommend this website, Vietnam-visa.com, and they're the ones I go with, and I've always been happy. I'm going to get the 1-year visa, and I'll be good to go for a year. I can come and go as long as I want to. And so living in Thailand, that's a great option because these countries are so close and flights are so cheap that you can buzz around Southeast Asia. And this makes it real easy for Americans to come and go. But for any country, any citizens, this is a great way to do it unless you want to go with just a 30-day e-visa, which is also really convenient. So there you go. Hope it's been helpful. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. If you like this video and you found value in it, please like and subscribe it. And more videos coming at you. But remember, when it comes to getting a visa to Vietnam, there's always an option. Take care. See ya.
Having said what I did about the visa and how to get the visa, It's all really great. One thing you're going to notice, though, they have new routes being flown right in directly into Dalat, Vietnam. And if you go online to any of the visa companies, they're going to tell you that you can't use an e-visa, you can't use a pre-approval letter to fly into Dalat. Now, this is a new international arrival destination, so I got to tell you, that's not true. In Dalat, they have the immigration all set up now. You have to go through immigration when you arrive. They also have an immigration desk to give you a visa. So if you come in with a pre-approval letter, you'll be able to get the visa. I asked directly to the immigration and said, if I came, would I be able to get a visa? He says, if you have the letter, I'll grant you the visa. So you can do this online as well if you're flying directly into Dalat, which I asked everybody. And they said, no, you can't do that. Not that airport. That's not true. So, just thought I'd give you the update. Hey, JC here. If you like that video, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel here. Also, we have another video up here you're going to be really interested in watching as well. And if you're looking for all the details of how to retire in Thailand in one place, plus a group of people to support you, check this out over here. Give it a click.